some major league veteran, I mean experience by when I say major league level talent, with some prospects or some younger guys that they wanted to get a look at, whether it's Ramirez and Walters and these guys. So they've done it as well with changing up the formula a bit in the direction that's not the way an improvement usually comes. Usually when you trade out the veterans and you say we're going to look at a couple of these other guys, you're packing it in. I think that makes it even more impressive, to be totally honest.
Yeah, I think so. And obviously, I mean, we've talked all summer long. I'm definitely have never been a big believer in this team and their playoff hopes, and I'm still not. But
I know.
I think these young guys having this opportunity to contend or pretend to contend, whatever it is that they're doing at this point, I think that is really valuable as long as they can survive in this race, even if it doesn't end, with destiny showing back up. If even if it doesn't end, I think there is a lot of value in the way that they have operated and improved. And, I look at someone like Jose Ramirez, who's getting to play every day, and just Mike Brandyberry opinion, I don't know that Jose Ramirez is a guy who can be a starter and play 130 games at any position in the infield on a team that is a serious playoff contender, not unless you're a loaded offense. But I think he is a guy who has potential moving forward to be, very much a Micah Vilas guy who could play 3 or 4 days a week and be around the diamond and a little spark to your offense and make things happen. But I think the opportunity for him to play every day in August and September and to be in this race, I at least hope that it pays dividends in the future when they do have a better team and they are in, I guess, what I consider serious contention for a division or for a long playoff run. And, a guy like Zach Walters is the same way. I mean, he's had very limited opportunity in Washington at the big league level. Well, he's getting to play every day right now in some kind of pennant race. And, I think and I hope that there is real value in that moving forward.
And not only that, but there is real value for these young fellas to be getting some time and experience on a bona fide team of destiny. For the rest of their lives, they will tell the tale of that fateful September in Cleveland back in 2014. I'm telling you. So it's good for everybody all around, and it continues tonight. You know what? Something I wanted to ask you, and this is probably not something you can answer right now. Maybe this is something we can get into later, but as I see the minor league success, because I don't know the statistical basis to this, as I know a couple of the teams are playoff bound, a couple other ones possibly as well. I think at least 3 or 4 of the squads may end up here in the playoffs. But I'm curious, over history, does that you have your groupings of teams making postseasons together like that? When you have that, does minor league success as a team in any way show itself later with what's coming up through the pike, or is that just the way the seasons play out? I've never really looked into that. I'm curious if that is something that bodes for the future statistically that you can go back and look at or not.
Yeah, I don't know about the statistics. I can tell you from talking to a number of guys, they say it does. Whether the numbers back it up or not. A number of guys who are at Columbus and Akron now who have really kind of progressed through the system together, and even some guys that we've seen at the big league level, they say that it does. And Jose Ramirez is another one that I kind of wrote about this on Monday, but 2 years ago in 2012, the Lake County Captains made a really nice run after a struggling first half, and Jose Ramirez, I mean, to a man, everyone on the team, including Francisco Lindor, would tell you that the change in their season was Jose Ramirez. He was added to the roster at the halfway point, and he really kind of solidified their infield. Ramirez and Lindor played up the middle, and he hit leadoff, and Lindor hit second, and really set up the rest of their offense from there. And they kind of had a nice second half. And a number of guys that year, I remember, often would point to him and say, he was the change. He was what changed, our whole season around. And I've talked to a number of other guys who have had success in the minor leagues, and they claim, that it does make a difference. So it'll be interesting to see. I know, there's a nice group of guys that are getting near big league ready. The Francisco Lindors, Tyler Naquin and Joey Wendell both kind of had great first half, followed by, an injury-plagued second half. It's kind of slowed them down, but those guys and Jesus Aguilar and the Cody Andersons and Joe Colognes of the world, those guys have all kind of progressed through this system together and have had some success in the minor leagues, and they talk about it often, and they feel that it helps them. So, I hope that it does, whether the numbers back it up or not.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure the individual runs do. I was just thinking as a grouping, when you have a 2 or 3 year stretch where the majority of your teams have winning seasons, I wonder if that's just an exercise of the way things play themselves out from year to year, or if it says, hey, we've got a crop coming. This organization's farm system is right. Because it's so different. Because some of it's organizational depth, some of it's career minor league guys, and some of them are legitimate prospects. So there may not even be a rhyme or reason to that when you go back and look at it. You may have major league teams that traditionally stink and their minor league systems always winning minor league titles. Who knows? I don't know. Something to look into, my man. All right, I know you got to hit it tonight. Your boy Carrasco on the mound against Danks. Do the Indians head into Kansas City with a victory?
I'll say yes. I don't know where Carlos Carrasco found new Carlos Carrasco, but I am like cautiously excited to watch him pitch each time. I feel like when you talk about your girl Destiny there, like Carlos Carrasco is going to be like the kingpin of what set it off. So we'll see. I hope, and the way this Indian season is gone, they continue to pretend to contend all summer long. So in order to do that, I feel like a win.
That's right. The rebirth of Carrasco continues, man. He comes from out of... And that would make sense, how this season of destiny plays itself out as he, much like the team, found himself in a position he wasn't ready for early, went down, went through the trenches, worked his way all the way back up, and now perhaps he can stand next to Kluber and maybe grab a hold of Bauer, and together they can walk this team of destiny right on into October, baby.
Sounds good. Well, I hope when they make the movie of this season, they take some of our clips and I can be the negative curmudgeon that never believed in them. I'll happily wear that hat and roll in the movie, and you can be the guy who always had belief.
When they make the movie on this season, remember this conversation right here, because we need to send them those clips and say, while everybody else was talking about Johnny Manziel's Snickers commercial, here we were saying the Indians are a team of destiny. That's right. They should splice us in the movie. Major League 5, baby. The tribe comes alive behind Tito. I'm telling you. Team of destiny, brother.
It sounds so goofy that it almost sounds like it could really be a movie.
It's so crazy, it just might work. All right. Mike, you have a good one. I know you got to go. Next week, we'll see what's up, man. The tribe will be back home. They'll either be rolling or not. They will be, of course, because it's destiny. But either way, we'll talk about it, and we'll know who they brought up as they expand the rosters and who we're going to get a look at. Maybe Lindor. We'll find out. We'll know by the time you and I talk next week.
Sounds good, my man.
All right, have a good one. Mike Brandenberry, you guys can check him out as always, didthetribewinlastnight.com. We're going to hit the break. When we come back, BJ Rudell is here. Not only are we going to hit you with your fantasy football, it's time for everybody to draft. In the next 7 days, I believe all of you will be taking care of that business because the season starts 1 week from today. BJ is going to hip you to who are the top players at every position, some of his bold predictions, and I'll tell you once again how you can join the Sports Fix Fantasy Football Challenge. Fantasy football for winners coming up next with BJ Rudell. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more Sports Fix still to come.
Public service announcement from the Sports Fix. We here at the Sports Fix and our affiliates would like to apologize for any disturbing verbal actions, but remember, it's better having them trapped in a box than loose on the streets. Public service announcement from the Sports Fix. The Sports Fix, the sports show that cares.
Guys, want to take just a second as we head into this break and remind you about the official business printing source of the Sports Fix, our friends at Signs and Ship. Signs and Ship, I'm telling you, Chris and Pam, they've taken care of me since day one, and they can do the same for you. Whether you're a small business that's already been established and you're looking to grow to that next level and expand your business, or perhaps you've got an idea that you just know is going to be a great business and you need to figure out how to brand it and how to promote it and put it out there, Signs and Ship is the place for you. If you need a logo, they can create one for you. They have a fantastic graphic designer. Business cards, signs, banners, yard signs, mobile advertising, anything you can think of that you need to promote your business, they've got it at Signs and Ship. The best thing about them, too, is each of their locations, whether it's the home base here in Elyria, Ohio that I work with, or their spots in Virginia, Florida, and Pennsylvania, it's all local sourced. Very important to me because we all understand that small business is the lifeblood of the community. So check them out, signsandship.com, or call Chris and Pam today, 440-323-6060, the home office in Elyria, Ohio. Signs and Ship, quality printing at affordable prices.
It's the Sports Fix. We'll be right back.
You love Cleveland, and you already know how much we love Cleveland. You know who else loves Cleveland? GV Art and Design. Everyday fans, you and I wear our pride on our sleeves. Now, you can wear your pride on your chest. GV Art and Design has one of the hottest Cleveland sporting lines. Log on right now to gvartwork.com. Check out all of their fantastic designs.
And don't forget, use the sales code FIX10, FIX10, to save 10% on your total purchase.
Follow gvartwork.com on Facebook, and remember, GV Art and Design, it's not just a shirt, it's a statement.
Sports Fix listeners, like us on Facebook today. Facebook.com/The Sports Fix.
Hey everybody, listen up.
Listen up, guys.
Hey guys, listen up.
No one should ever hit a woman.
Not their wife, not their girlfriend, not their date. No woman should have to fear violence.
Especially not from someone they know and trust.
But that's the reality for too many women.
We have to change it.
It's up to each of us, because even one is too many.
Violence against women hurts all of us. Growing up, I was ashamed and afraid of my father when he abused my mom.
The worst abuse of power is when a man raises his hand to hurt a woman. We all have to take responsibility. So if you see someone threatening a woman, step up, speak out, and get help.
Dating violence hurts all of us. So step up and help end it. Because one is too many.
One is too many.
One is too many.
One is too many.
End the violence. Because it's wrong.
Because one is too many.
Hi, this is CJ Miles of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and you're listening to the Sports Fix.
Welcome back to the Sports Fix. Back in the saddle. Getting back in the fantasy football saddle here in a second. One is too many, by the way. You hear that, NFL? One is too many. I want to domestically get violent with that liner that just played. That's, once again, I am writing it down in my notebook. I don't know how the wrong CJ Miles liner keeps slipping through every Thursday here. I obviously just need to replace it with the edited one. He is no longer with the Cleveland Cavaliers. The little thing, the little minutia like that drives me crazy. You should have heard me. I was sitting here getting ready to come back from the break, and I heard that, and I almost stabbed my computer with the pen that was in my hand, and then until I said, hey, why damage my own stuff? I don't need to go that far with it. But anyway, but back to the show. J-Rock with you across the Sports Fix Radio Network. And as I said, you hear Aerosmith in the background. We're getting back in the saddle, not just back with the show, but we're talking fantasy football every Thursday. We kicked it back off last week. Today, into full swing, because this is it. 1 week from today, when we come back with our next guest, BJ Rudell, who'll be with us in just a second, we're telling you who to sit and who to start because the season starts. That's it. Most people, at least I don't know, I don't understand the leagues that don't wait until at least this 7-day period to do their drafts. Some people still did. obviously, we've mentioned the Josh Gordon, things like that could just flip everything around. Ours is next Tuesday. So today, BJ